Are you looking for the best bell kit? I've got two of them right here, and I wanted to do a comparison of them with you guys so y'all know exactly what you're getting into. So my son got into percussion this year. He's in the 5th grade now, and one of the things that they need for that is a bell kit. So we picked him up one, and then another one the company sent to me so that I could show it off to you guys. So I figured let's go ahead and knock this thing out. So I'm gonna bring you guys on down this way, and we will take a look at what we have here if y'all don't fall over. So the first one, this is the one that we got for my son right here. It's the Ludwig one, and it comes with a very nice case right here. First of all, it's got the handle on the side, so if you want to hold it on the side. It also has a handle on the top here if you prefer to hold it on the top. And it has the handle right here so that you can wheel it, because this one does come with 2 wheels on the bottom right here that you can roll. This is kind of an important deal for us because our son, like I said, is only in the 5th grade, and to carry around a xylophone with him all the time is going to be a little cumbersome. So it's good that he has some options here to go with. Now, comparing that to the other one right here, this is the Mendini one by Cecilio. And this one, it doesn't have any rollers, as you can see on the bottom. It doesn't have a handle on the side here, and it doesn't have a handle on the top. So you're probably asking, how the heck do you carry this thing? Well, it actually has these straps on the back right here. So you could use this as a handle if you just want to grab it like this and, you know, walk kind of like with it's almost like a gym bag type of thing there. Or since it's 2, you can put this on your back. So you can wear it as a backpack, which is actually a pretty good idea until you think about like who's going to be carrying this. If it's a 5th grader, they probably have a book sack that they're also carrying. So I'm not too sure that that's the best use of the bag right there. So those are my first impressions just on the bag right here. Now, let's open them up and see what we have on the inside. So they both open up pretty much the same way. This one has kind of a halfway zip around, and then it folds open like this. The Ludwig one goes all the way down and then all the way over this way so that it opens up fully, just like this. Oops, get that all the way open. So you have 2 different ways of getting everything out of the bags right here. So we'll go ahead and lower that down. Let me bring you guys down a little closer because I want to show you guys some of the nuances of these 2 bell kits right here. So first of all, with this one right here, you have your practice pad is in the top part right here, and it has a Velcro pocket for you to be able to take it out. It says Ludwig on top, says practice pad on the bottom right there. Got a good looking practice pad, works well. This one, you just have the practice pad that kind of sits right here in this top pocket, which since they have it as a folding down one, it could kind of fall out on you, but that's not a big deal. Honestly, it's about the same quality and material as the Ludwig one. In fact, it's hard to tell, but they seem to be about the same size. This one just has a little bit more beefiness around the outside right here, where this one is not as beefy on the outside. So, and also you have all your screw heads going around. You have your screws going around on this one as well. On the back, you have a mount right here on the Mendini one, so you can mount it to a stand so that you can have it in between your legs while you're practicing, which is always nice. It also has 2 little divots right here and right here, and that's so that you have a holder to lay your drumsticks across, which is a nice addition right there. The Ludwig one does not have that little divot in there, so you need to find a place for your drumsticks with this practice pad. This one does have the mount on the back though as well, so you can mount it up onto a stand. You'll also notice one other difference between these 2 is that the Ludwig one has these little felt pads right here. And so that's gonna keep it from moving around and making a lot of noise whenever you're banging on it. So those are the main differences right here in these 2 practice pads. The Ludwig one came with some sticks, but my son needed them for school, so I don't have them right now. But it's just a generic pair of Ludwig marching sticks and a set of mallets as well. They do have this spot right here in the bag to be able to put all of your drumsticks in here, which is nice because otherwise there's just kind of be free floating in the bag. The Mendini one, they don't really have a good spot for the drumsticks. They just have them kind of laying here right on the side. You have your wooden drumsticks and then your mallet. Where's the other mallet? See, I don't even know where the other mallet is. Not put into a place. But this is what the mallet looks like right there. And then this is what the drumsticks look like right there. So all in all, you get a good amount of drumsticks and mallets in both kits. I really don't have any issues with either kit in that regard. I just wish that this one had like a spot for the sticks like this one does. Although this is going to make this a lot heavier, just being that it has all these pockets and everything, is going to make it a lot heavier. That's one thing that I wanted to point out whenever I was holding up the two bags, is that the Ludwig one is a lot heavier than the Mendini one. So that's another thing that you can take into consideration, considering that you might have 5th graders that are going to be lugging this around. They may have, a little bit of struggle with that. As far as the stand is concerned, this right here is the Ludwig stand. It comes with this little pouch right here built into the case, of the side of the case right there. And then you have 2 pieces right there to be able to make the stand, which we'll do here in just a minute because I want to show you guys what how the keys stand on that. On the Mendini side, you have a stand right here and then the top part right there. Again, they look pretty much the same, just at first glance. It's a stand with legs, and then you have the top part that sticks into here. We'll get into that again in just a minute. Let me take out the actual bell kits right here now. So this, you're going to fold over this, and then you have your Ludwig bell kit right here. Go ahead and move this out of the way since we're done with the bag. And then on the Mendini side, this one, I think the Ludwig one has one of these. We just don't have it anymore because we got the Ludwig one on Facebook Marketplace, and this one came with it. So I'll show you guys how this is your music sheet holder. I'll show you all that whenever we put together the stand. Then the Mendini bell kit right here is this guy. Go ahead and pull it out, and we can remove this bag right here. Looking for that mallet stick. It's all the way in the back. I found it. So on the Mendini side, this is very nice. I actually like how on the bottoms of all the keys, they tell you what note it is right there. So that's super duper nice. On the Ludwig side, they didn't do that, but since we bought this one on Facebook Marketplace, they said the previous owners just wrote in the notes on here. I don't know if it was an exercise for the kids in school or not, but I think that it is a good idea so that they know, they kind of learn where the notes are. But it's nice that these are, I don't want to say engraved, but they're indented with the notes on there. So that is the bell kits right there. Let me go ahead and flip this over and I'll show you guys the construction on the back. On the Mendini side, you have 3 rubber stops all the way around this thing. Can y'all see those? You got these nice rubber stops so it can sit on a table if you want to play on a table. And you got your nice brace right here in the middle, and that's going to be where it connects to your stand right there. On the Ludwig side, go ahead and flip that over. This is your hole right here to be able to put it up onto a stand. And it doesn't have as big of feet right here to be able to put it onto a table. And these are not rubberized as well. These are just kind of plastic. So depending on what type of surface you're using and how much you want it to move whenever you're playing, you might have some more movement with the Ludwig one than you will with the Mendini one, because that one's just going to move real easily. This one's got those rubber feet on there so it doesn't move as much. But since you are playing these metal keys, they're going to kind of weigh it down a little bit, and you shouldn't get that much movement unless there's movement like happening around you. Let's see, we'll go ahead and test out the keys with some mallets. Sounds very nice, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood right there. This one's, the Mendini one sounds a little bit, the Ludwig one sounds a little bit brighter than the Mendini one. I'll do the chimes again. Can y'all hear that slight difference in the two? Maybe if I do them at the same time, y'all can really hear them. They both sound great. See, this is D and D. They all sound great as far as playing of them. So I have no issues with the actual bell kit on either of these. I think that they're both great. The one thing that I did notice on the Ludwig one is I'm not too sure how this works, but it's got the hole right there to be able to mount it. And I don't recall mounting this thing with that type of hole. See, it's got this big giant thing right there. We're gonna get to that in just a minute. Okay, let me move these bell kits out of the way now, and we'll go ahead and grab our stands. This is the Mendini stand right here. You have a little wing nut right here to be able to spread the legs open, and then you simply tighten that up and that will hold your legs in place. These are some nice double braced legs here too, so it should help with stability. And you have good rubber feet right here as well, so that it's not gonna move as much on the ground. We'll go ahead and throw this rod right on into here. Whenever you get it to the height that you like, you just simply tighten this wing nut right here on that one. Then this part right here on the top, come on up. Rawr. It does angle, so if you wanted to angle your bell kit in any sort of way, you can do that, which is nice for if you're putting it near a drum set. If you want to play your bells while playing your drum set, you can do that. I know there's like some Rush songs, because Neil Peart likes to use a bell kit or a xylophone, whatever you want to call it, with his drum set on a few of his songs. So I like that it has that feature. Let's see, as far as getting this thing screwed on up into here, just gonna do that. You can turn your bell kit this way. You could also put on your rod first. Am I going the right way? I don't know if I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, I think I am. You can also put on your rod first so that you don't have to twirl your bell kit like this. This is just the best way that I know how to do this. It's getting tight on there. Just gonna take a few more spins. Come on. It also does have another little stopper, I guess you could say, right here, or tightener. So if you want to, you can tighten this as well, as opposed to spinning the bell kit. But once you get it to the good amount of tightness, it's gonna stay nice and tight for you. So that right there is the setup for the Mendini stand right here. And then this little guy right here just slides into the top of the bell kit on these two little nodes right there, so that you can have some sheet music or something right up in your face while you're playing. And so that is how this one is set up right here. Now, if you guys want to check out either of these, I'll link them up below too for you guys, so y'all can go and check them out. This is the Ludwig stand right here. Let's go ahead and get this one all nice and opened up. Let's see, we undid our wing nuts. These wing nuts on this one are definitely a lot bigger than the Mendini ones. Just something that I noticed, if you care about how big or small the wing nuts are on there. Sometimes it makes it easier or harder for some people to be able to tighten them. So let's go ahead and tighten. These are just single brace. This is just a single brace stand right here, so it doesn't have the stability of the double, but it does have the feet right here. The feet on the other one are a little bit bigger. And then we have this one right here, and we just simply unscrew that, and we're gonna lift up on this. You have 4 little points of contact right there that your bell kit's gonna sit on. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten this up right here, and then we're going to put this in here, and then we're going to tighten up this wing nut right here so that it holds that stand together like so. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have this kind of nougat right here on top for mounting our bell kit, which is actually good because you have that hole that's in the back of here that should fit over this. I'm just not too sure why they have this like screw up in the top. Oh, that's for the practice pad. Duh, Lane. So you can put your practice pad on there, because your practice pad, like I showed y'all earlier, has that screw right there. So that'll fit right there, even with these things spread out like that. But to put your bell kit up here, let's see, it's wider over here, skinnier over here, so you're going to want to lay your bell kit this way. And we just got to line up that little hole right about there. And then you have these 4 arms right here that the bell kit just kind of rests on right there. So that actually fits quite nice. And then if you want, you can simply undo your wing nut, kind of bring it up to where it's nice and tight. And then you can tighten back up your wing nut right there so that you don't have any issues with this thing moving around. Again, playing the bell kit, it's a good height right here. But you can also adjust your height right here. So if you're a shorter person, you can bring it down. Same thing with this one right here. Now this one, I did want to point out that it does have the little nougats right here for the sheet notes. But we don't have, I don't know, since we got it on Facebook Marketplace, it's not there. I'm curious to know if this will fit in these little guys right here. Do those fit? Almost. It's almost. Yeah, it kind of fits. It's a little snug in there, but that's working. If you want to find an aftermarket one of these things, you can use that on that particular bell kit right there. But all in all, these are 2 very solid bell kits. They both have their pros and cons. Depending on just what you need and what you like, how sturdy you want it to be. The sticks are pretty much the same. The practice pads are pretty much the same, except one has those foam things on the bottom, and this one's just a little bit chunkier right here. The bags are probably the biggest difference, and I have to say that I like the Ludwig one a little bit better just because it has more versatility with the handles and how you can roll it. It would actually be nice if they had some straps on here, so if you wanted to, you could use this as a backpack as well. And it does also have this zipper in the back right here that you can put like book music in and whatnot. The Mendini one, yes, it doesn't have as much flexibility in everything ways that you can carry it, but it is a heck of a lot lighter too because there's not as much fabric and material. It doesn't have the handle right there to be able to pull the thing out and whatnot. So you give up a little bit of the weight for the versatility between the 2. But as far as the bell kits are concerned, you just need to decide if you want to have the notes embedded onto your bell kit or if you want to not have them or write them in. They both have a sheet music holder. We just don't have this one here. A little bit difference in the stands there. This one just kind of sits on that little nougat. This one has the 4 arms, which is going to create a little bit more stability for it. The stands, this one's a little bit thicker around the top part, but whenever it comes to the bottom part, in particular the legs, you have these double braced ones on the Mendini and the single braced ones on the Ludwig. All in all though, both very fantastic bell kits. If y'all are looking for a bell kit to get your kids so that they get interested in percussion and drumming, definitely go and check out both of those and pick out the one that's best for you. If you guys want to see some of the other drumming videos that I've done here on the channel, I love my electronic drum set. I'm gonna put that video right there on the screen. You guys go and click that video. I'm finding so many ways to learn how to play those drums. Thank y'all for watching, and Dad out.